Hey everyone, it's Guillermo of 413 Media Group, and for today's 413 review, let's talk about long range. Now before we get started on the video, please click subscribe if you haven't already, and click like. It really helps us out. Alright, let's go. Normally I have a video that I show you guys, but once in a while I just have something that I want to ask you guys. And for today, that question is, does long range work as a dominant style in stick fighting? To clarify further, in a sport environment, does a style that consists mostly of long range techniques work effectively? Now, first of all, what is long range? It's also known as largo mano or the largo range in Filipino martial arts. In general, it's simplified to mean that it is hitting the extremities, or something like the hands, the forearms, maybe the knees and thighs. Some include the head, but I think that's more of the medial or the medium range. But I think the more exact definition is it's when you're hitting the target that is the farthest from the center line of the opponent's body. Just totally made that up. But basically, if this is my center line, what's the farthest? Well, it's, my fingertips. Basically, generally this area, so my extremities. Now, the legs are as well, but in order to get there, you have to be in a much closer distance. So if they're protruding their knee or their thigh, like a little further out than usual, away from their center line, then that is more of the largo range. And also same for their head. If it's like kind of sticking out, like forward, yeah, you can kind of employ long range striking techniques. Also, another way to think of long range is it's when you are doing a full extension when you're striking. So there's a lot of ways that people could interpret long range, but basically you could also simplify it as just having, the farthest distance between you and the opponent, but still being able to hit them. Now, when I first got into Filipino martial arts and into the stick fighting sport, I really liked the idea of long range because I'm far away. So if I can hit them from that range and they're not used to hitting from that range, they're gonna feel like they can never hit me, but I can always hit them. And then I also like this idea of kind of like picking at them, their hand. So basically defanging the snake. You just keep hitting the hand, get out a little bit away from their range, and they're never gonna be able to hit you, but you're always hitting their hand. They might even drop their weapon. If they somehow close in, their grip is so weak you could disarm them. Great strategy. Except here's the problem. As a beginner, that was very difficult. Maybe I could be a lot better in that long range aspect now, but I really like this idea of being in the farthest distance. What I figured out though is that you do need to use a lot of leg power. It's a lot of cardio, and you need to have a lot of strength in your legs to be able to move around when you're doing long range, because a lot of people are used to the medium and the short or close range. If you're hitting them from that distance, they're gonna be like, whoa, what's going on? And they're gonna try to just crash at you and get close and personal. Now you, long range fighter, don't wanna do that. So you're gonna keep on backing off. And as you back up, you hit, and then you just keep, re-angling using your footwork and then kind of messing up their range. That takes a lot of leg strength. So in my opinion, long range can be extremely dominant in a match. The only problem is it's extremely hard to become very proficient in using only that style predominantly. Because if you imagine moving around that much for all the rounds continuously, you're gonna be super tired. And maybe you are able to do it for one match. Well, what about the match after that? And after that, and after that? It's gonna be tough. But it does have a lot of advantages. First of all, a lot of the people who fight in these tournaments want to kind of get up close and personal because it feels like it's easier to fight. But if you realize this is a weapon, this adds a lot of range. So you don't have to be that close. Because a lot of people are used to and instinctively want to fight in that closer range, they're not used to fighting people who fight only in long range. So you have that experience advantage. And the next advantage is you probably have much better accuracy if you are confident enough to use long range predominantly. And having that accuracy means you can hit the hand and defang the snake. So basically, they're going to be injured with their hand. They're going to switch to their less dominant hand, or they might drop the stick, instant disarm without you having to do much. You can pick off at their head if they're like, kind of leaning forward. Another advantage is when a long-range fighter hits, it's extremely obvious. When that stick travels on a farther distance, it usually generates more momentum, so there's more power behind each strike. Even if you're just kind of like swinging it, try it yourself. Just trying to just slowly, smoothly swing, but at the full extension, basically in a long-range technique, and it will still hurt someone. So when those long-range strikes hit, it hurts a lot, and the judges can hear it and see it very clearly that you are just hitting precisely and accurately. One of the big cons for this, aside from having to use a lot of leg strength, is that judges are not used to seeing these. Same as the fighters, the judges also have to train more in judging matches that are completely different styles. One that is completely close range and one completely long range fighter, put them together and have the judges judge the match, because that will really show the judges what could happen in a match like that. So overall, in my opinion, long range fighting can be very advantageous. It's just currently in the sport environment, it will be difficult to show the judges how effective that you really are the dominant fighter, because the judges themselves might lack training in seeing how long-range techniques work in a sport aspect. The final thing is, I am mostly referring to the continuous style of live stick fighting, but if the stick fighting is completely point-based, no continuity at all where it has to restart, long range is very important. That's essentially mostly what you're going to be fighting in. So think about it, you guys. Question: long range in live stick continuous fighting. Do you think you would like to try it? If you do fight in that style, let me know. If you fought someone like that, let me know as well. I'd love to read your comments. Please leave them in the comments section down below. And once again, thank you guys for watching this video all the way through. Please share it if you liked it, and click on the notification bell below so that you don't miss our future uploads. I will see you guys in the next one. Before you guys go, here's an important announcement. There is going to be a seminar of one of the most dynamic, practical, and yet highly effective martial artists that we know, Fred Mastro. We have the honor of calling him our brother here at 413 Media Group, and we are recommending you to go to Fred Mastro's San Diego seminar this coming October 12th. It's the first time he's going to be hosting a seminar down in San Diego, California. The spots for this event is very limited, so check it out now. The link will be in the description box below. Hopefully you can snatch up one of the tickets. All right,